again, Canada, and welcome to Maple Leaf Classics. The date, well, November the 7th, 1970, as the Toronto Maple Leafs faced the expansion Vancouver Canucks for the second time at Pacific Coliseum. Now, a month earlier, the Canucks had beaten Toronto 5-3 for their first ever win, and the teams featured a couple of players who later would go on to coach. Vancouver's Pat Quinn and Rick Lee, who was on the Maple Leafs blue line. November the 7th, 1970, the Leafs would score first in the game on a goal by Jim Harrison as we join the first period already in progress, with the Canucks enjoying a two-man advantage. This is Maple Leaf Classics on ESPN Classic Canada.
Bont saying something to Selwood on the face-off. The Leafs will be two men short for another 52 seconds. Number 10 is Cullen. Talon gets the puck. Here's his shot. Blocked. Kurtenbach in the corner with it. Kurtenbach behind the Leaf goal. 12 is Corrigan with the puck. To Cullen. To Talon. His shot. He scores!
I think the key to that goal was Rick Lee cutting right across in front of Plante just as the puck was shot. He may have been slightly screened on it. There's Lee, number 2, right in front of the net as the puck goes in.
Score tied, 1-1. There's Dale Talon. First-year pro and an outstanding rookie. 8:27 the time of the goal.
Scored by number 19, Dale Talon. Assist, number 10, Ray Cullen. And number 12, Mike Corrigan.
Cullen shooting the puck in. That came with Toronto two men short. Talon shoots. Missed the net. Cullen lost possession, but it came outside the blue line, and the Canucks have to reorganize. They still have a one-man advantage. Cullen moving in. Nice move there. Failed to get the puck over to Kurtenbach. And Britt Selby clears it down the ice as he's hit by Mike Corrigan, and they get their sticks up. Play going on. Talon with the puck at center, shooting it in. Race for it, Dory and Kurtenbach around behind the net. Monahan of the Leafs, number 20, getting the puck and clearing it down the ice. That goal for Talon is his third of his NHL career. Here comes again. Dale Talon up the middle at center. Shooting it in. Goodria, number 7, after the puck. Plante got to it first. Goodria gets it in the corner. Back to Popeil. To Talon. Back for Goodria, right in front. Backhander. Went high, and Plante covered it up. Almost eluded him there.
You know, I sometimes think, Jim, that it's better for a defenseman to step aside and let the goalkeeper take charge of the play coming in on him. That's what happened here. And Plante looked after it very nicely.
Number 9, Ullman, to face off against 7, Boudria in the Toronto zone. Still 7 seconds left in Felix penalty. Then the Leafs will be back at full strength. Number 5 with a shot. Darryl Sly out there for the first time. And Ricky Lee on his back covering it up. Pelech back on, so the Leafs are back at full strength. It's a 1-1 tie, nearing the midway mark of the first period. Harrison for Toronto, Talon for Vancouver, the goal scorer. Boudria getting the draw to Sly. His shot is high. Boudria 7 after the puck along the boards. 18 is Popeil, trying to get it in front, and Ricky Lee broke it up. He's still in their own end. Now the puck comes out to center. Boudria for Vancouver to Popeil. On the right to Paymont, 15. Hit by Lee as he shoots. Plante made the stop. Paymont in the corner to Popeil, trying to center it. And Ricky Lee takes it in behind the net. Lee ahead to Norm Ullman at center ice. On the left wing to 19, Henderson. In on Sly. Right in front. Ellis with a shot and a good stop on a fine play by Ellis as Hodge covered up on that one, putting that stick right along the ice. Ullman gets it again in front for Ellis again. Nice move. Getting set. In front. It's tipped back to Paymont. He gets it out. A lot of experience up front there for the Leafs in Ullman, Ellis, and Henderson. Jim McKinney with the puck at center. The Vancouver line in on 5, slide. McKinney pushes it to the end boards. Rayom, number 6, clears it around for Popeil. Having trouble with it there, recovers, gets it to Boudria. Boudria checked by McKinney, forced back into his own zone. Andre Boudria carries to center, away from McKinney. Over the Toronto line, Boudria cutting for the net. He shoots and he just missed along the ice. Just rushed by Boudria. Slide to Paymont, missing it in the corner. But out of the net. Got it in the left corner to number 8, Dory. This is Henderson who couldn't reach the pass. Slide dumping it in. Both teams are changing on the move. It's 1-all, 8.5 minutes left in the first period. Here come the Leafs. Number 8 is Dory with the puck. Offside at the Vancouver blue line. Teams are at full strength, although penalties are being served by Quinn and Harrison. Both picked up majors. 2 fights here in the first period. A 1-all tie. Lundy out there for the first time for Vancouver, 24, facing off against number 27 of the Leafs, Darryl Sittler, his first shift tonight. Johnson ahead to Lundy over the Leaf line, taken out along the boards by Sittler. Selwood of the Leafs with the puck, bothered by Lundy. And the puck cleared down in the Vancouver territory, a race for it. 21 Arbor of the Canucks getting to it to get an icing call against Toronto.
Next Wednesday night, be sure to join Hockey Night in Canada as the Leafs do a turnabout from tonight and play host to the Vancouver team at Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. That game will come your way in part courtesy of Imperial Oil and Esso dealers, agents, and distributors.
27 Sittler of the Leafs, 24 Lundy of Vancouver facing off to Plant's left. Toronto coming out with the puck. Mike Walton on the right for Trottier. 21 Arbor checking him. Wisty also went in there, number 14 of the Canucks. Now Dan Johnson out for Vancouver to Wisty. In on 3, Selwood. Wisty back for Johnson, tied up by Lee. Johnson gets the puck off the boards. Throws it across, it deflects to center ice, and Trottier's hauled down by Arbor, who's going to get a penalty. 21 John Arbor. This Arbor and Derek Sanderson maybe 1-2 in the league in hair.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Jimmy Arbor is certainly number 1 in tradition because the name Arbor goes back in the National Hockey League right back to the 1920s.
Time 12:24.
Interference was the infraction. The Sabres leading the Canadians 1-0 in Montreal. How about that? Arbor interference at 12:24 was the Vancouver penalty that puts the Canucks shorthanded for the first time in the game. Previous penalties they were assessed were simultaneous majors. Leafs with the man advantage. McKinney with the puck. Getting set. Here's his shot, and Hodge picked it off. Dropped it at the side of the net for Wilkins, who lost it. 9 Ullman with the puck. Ullman trying to get out in front. Back to the right point. McKinney shoots. And it went off Hodge and flipped up in the air and over the glass. The Toronto power play is Ullman 9, Ellis 6, Trottier 11. On the point, 16 Walton and 18 McKinney. Vancouver penalty killers, Kurtenbach wearing 25, Corrigan 12, Talon 19, Wilkins 4. Wilkins slaps the puck out to center ice. Corrigan just about had a clean breakaway there. Loose puck at center. Kurtenbach trying to kick it free. Goes to the line to Wilkins. He slaps it down the ice. Gilbert Perreault scored that goal in Montreal for the Buffalo Sabres. That would get quite a reaction in Montreal. That Perreault is an outstanding youngster, giving the Sabres a 1-0 lead there. It's 1-all here. Kurtenbach dumping it in the Toronto zone, killing more time in this Canuck penalty. Minute and 5 seconds left in the Vancouver penalty. There's some rough stuff in the corner. Walton and Wisty fighting it out. Walton and Wisty, and Kurtenbach gets in there now as a policeman. Walton and Corrigan, rather. Corrigan is 12. Walton 16 of the league. Got their sticks up and dropped them in a hurry. There's Mike Walton with the sweater off.
Both these clubs seem a little edgy tonight, Jim. The Leafs obviously want to make sure they're going to pick up at least 2 points out of this western swing.
.13:24 left, or rather gone in the first period. There's the time left, 6:36. So 13:24 will be the penalty time to Corrigan of Vancouver and Walton of the Leafs.
Toronto penalty to number 16, Mike Walton, for elbowing 2 minutes. And for fighting 5 minutes. Vancouver penalty to number 12, Mike Corrigan, for fighting 5 minutes. The time 13:24.
Well, you heard the penalties assessed there, and Johnny McClellan of the Leafs won't be too happy with that because it puts his team short-handed. Majors cancel out, but the minor to Walton gives the Toronto club a additional penalty. 1-1 tie. The goal scorers have been Harrison and Talon. Harrison of the Leafs opened the scoring, then Talon with Toronto 2 men short. So now they're 5 aside, with minor penalties being served by Arbor of Vancouver and Walton of Toronto, and majors to Walton and Corrigan. And referee Lloyd Gilmore has his hands full tonight. This may feel somewhat like a road trip for Vancouver, too. They came home yesterday from Buffalo and leave after this game for Boston to play there Tuesday night.
It's now 2-1 for Montreal over Buffalo. Tardif and Oul scoring for the Canadians. The Buffalo goal scored by Gilles Perreault.
Face off to Plant's left. 24 is Lundy of Vancouver facing off against Dave Keon. Play still in the Leaf zone. Ricky Lee behind the net with the puck. Teams are 5 aside right now. Here comes Keon. Put away from Boudria. Going over the Vancouver line. Here's his shot. Hodge making the save. Had to hold the puck with Keon right there. Hodge handing the puck to linesman Will Norris. Vancouver making a change now on their defense as 3 Quinn and 2 Doker out there with Lundy 24, Boudria 7. 20 Monahan, 14 Keon for the Leafs with a defense of 3 Selwood and number 2 Ricky Lee. Loose puck in front of the Vancouver net, given to Lundy. Watched by Keon. Quinn from behind the net now. To Doak. For Lundy at center ice. To an open wing where Quinn picked it up. To Boudria. For Lundy. Here's his shot. Missed by quite a bit along the ice. Leafs coming out now. Ricky Lee taking Selwood's pass. Rick Lee at center. Shooting it in. 3 Quinn getting to the puck. Boudria, Vancouver trying to get it out. He failed. It's Keon moving in. Stopping. Plays it back to Selwood. Winding up. Here's a shot. And it missed. Lee on the left side moving up to get to the puck. Can't reach it. Boudria has it. 2-on-1 chance here. Arbor's out of the penalty box, but he couldn't get control of the puck. He was free path to the goal there, but Arbor just couldn't get control of the puck. Boudria jamming into the corner. Tying up Brad Selwood to stop the play.
As we all know, the Yukon is quite a hotbed of hockey, mainly from the fan standpoint up until this time. And today, the Yukon sent down to Vancouver on a special flight a husky pup. And this dog is representative of the Yukon Tourist Association, and the pup is going to be presented this evening to Orland Kurtenbach, the Canuck captain, who's sort of a husky pup himself.
It's a 1-1 tie late in the first period. Play in the Toronto zone. Hall tried to get it to Kurtenbach, who left it for Mackey, who couldn't reach it, and McKinney of the Leafs picked it up. Scoops it to the Vancouver line. 4 Pelech after the puck with Talon, and it's called an offside pass as soon as Pelech picked up the puck.
And there's that paraphernalia all around Mike Pelech's face to preserve his features and allow that very bad cut to get healed up. He took 30 stitches, both inside and outside the mouth.
Face off just inside the Toronto blue line. Kurtenbach getting the puck, keeping it in there, dumping it into the corner. 18 is Jim McKinney. Leafs coming out, and Pelech couldn't reach the clearing pass from Britt Selby. And Dale Talon is back with the puck now. 10 seconds left in the minor penalty, and then the Leafs will be back at full strength. Canucks with a man advantage. Talon at center. On the net with that easy save for Plante. And McKinney comes out at center ice and is checked neatly at the Toronto line. Talon getting the puck. Wilkins back for Talon, who couldn't reach it. Toronto back at full strength as Ullman races for the puck. Wilkins put it off the boards. And now a delayed offside called at the Vancouver blue line.
There is Wayne Mackey, who's turned in some great performances for Vancouver this year. 7 goals, 6 assists in 13 games for a total of 13 points.
Face-off just outside the Vancouver line. It's Boudria between Paymont and Popeil for Vancouver, with Quinn and Doak on defense. Doak with the puck now, number 2. To Rosaire Paymont. To the Toronto line, Ricky Lee got a piece of the pass there, and number 19 Henderson dumped it out. Walton, Henderson, Ellis, the Leaf forward line. Lee and Selwood the defense. Play at the Vancouver line with Pat Quinn hitting Andre Boudria with the pass. Boudria's dumping it in Toronto zone. Plante out of the net, leaving it for Lee. Lee starting up. Gives it to Ullman. Checked neatly by Boudria, but the puck went back to Rick Lee. Lee's at center ice. Puts it in the Vancouver zone, down in the corner. Waiting for the puck. Ullman getting to it. Centered it. Right in front. And a save by Hodge off the backhander by Ron Ellis. Great stop by Charlie Hodge.
And we must have another look at that one. What a save by Charlie Hodge. Ullman moving in on the left-hand side, shot it across, and you'll notice Ronnie come in from the right-hand side. He tries a backhander. He's up in the air before he lets it go, and Hodge lifts his pad to keep it out of the net.
Charlie Hodge with the Oakland Seals prior to coming to Vancouver, although most of his NHL career in Montreal with the Canadiens. Doing a great job here with the Vancouver Canucks. Stoppage of play, and we're going to have penalty assessed. Maybe 2 penalties here. We'll see. Gary Doak heading towards the penalty box. The play had started up the ice when referee Lloyd Gilmore stopped the play, and Gary Doak of Vancouver goes to the penalty box.
Vancouver penalty to number 2, Gary Doak, for slashing 2 minutes. Time 16:44.
Slashed to Trottier and gets 2 minutes for it. Now Vancouver shorthanded. We've got 10 penalties in this first period, 5 aside, and that includes 4 majors, 2 to each club. It's 1-all. Leafs with a man advantage. Harrison over the Vancouver line, down in the right corner, centered it. Talon batted it on all the way out. Dory with a shot, deflected in front. The shot by Sittler blocked in front. Harrison tried to center it from the side. Lundy shoots it down the ice. Lundy 24, Kurtenbach 25 with the defense of Talon and Wilkins, the Vancouver penalty killers. Jim Dory for Toronto with the puck behind his own goal. To Sittler, 27. Young Darryl Sittler, drafty off the London Juniors. At center, stick handling over the Vancouver line. To Harrison, number 12. Turning in the corner, Harrison with the puck. In front, Sittler shoots. Hodge made a good stop there off Sittler. McKinney at the right point. To the right boards for Trottier, getting set. Banned on his backhander. Lundy getting the puck, taking his time, and picks a spot and shoots it down the ice. 2.5 minutes left in this first period, and Plante had a little trouble with that long clear by Lundy. Dory over the Vancouver line, stopping there, dumping it to the corner for Sittler. Talon ties him up. The puck comes loose. Dory, number 8, with the puck to the right point to McKinney. McKinney put it across to Harrison, went off his stick. Harrison back to Dory at the left point. Now to Sittler. Here's a shot. Hard stopped that and poked it away from Harrison. 30 seconds left in the Vancouver penalty. And the puck is frozen in the corner. Two minutes and 4 seconds left in this first period with the 1-all tie. And there's Dave Keon out there now on the Toronto power play. 28 seconds left in the Vancouver penalty to Doak. Some changes now as the rival coaches, Hal Liko of Vancouver and John McClellan of Toronto. Some adjustments. 25 Kurtenbach, 14 Keon facing off. In a battle in the circle, and Talon moved up, or rather Sly moved up to get the puck down the ice. Sly 5, Rayom 6 now the Vancouver defense. O'Peel 18 and Kurtenbach 25, the penalty killing forward. 16 seconds left in the Vancouver penalty as the Leafs start out. Rayom threw that check at number 23, McMillan. Kurtenbach along the boards with McMillan, and they hold the puck to stop the score.
And there is the Vancouver captain, Orland Kurtenbach. Very distinguished career in pro hockey with the Leafs, with the Rangers, and now heading up the Vancouver group.
34 years old and coming back after back surgery a couple of years ago, and he's playing very well. Rayom of Vancouver, his backhander hit teammate Dan Johnson, who goes into the boards with Rick Lee. The puck comes out to Whiskey. His shot wound up wide of the target. Vancouver back at full strength now. The team's at full strength in this 1-all tie. A minute and a half left in the first period. 20 is Monahan over the Vancouver line on the left. Checked by Sly. Johnson to Sly along the boards. Hit from behind by Monahan. Lee moving in on goal. Lee to Keon. Centering it. It hit Rayom's skate. Keon behind the net. Failed to center it. McMillan plays it back to Selwood, who misses it. A race for the puck. 10 is Cullen. 3 is Selwood. Selwood got to it. In the last minute of the first period, it's 1-all. 20, Monahan to McMillan. Going in with Keon, a backhander, hard stopping that one. McMillan gets it again, he shoots. Hard stopped it again, they score on the rebound. Number 20, Monahan, put it in the net.
Well, there's only so much Charlie Hodge can do to keep that puck out of the net. And I think the key to that play was the fact that they were all mazing around Hodge at the moment that Monahan scooped it over him. He let that one in with a backhand.
That was the third shot in that flurry, and Monahan's backhander gives Toronto a 2-1 lead. Gary Monahan's fourth goal of the season.
Toronto's second goal, scored by number 20, Gary Monahan. Assist number 23, Phil McMillan. The time, 19:11.
Leafs on the attack again. And Boudria coming back picks up the puck. Boudria's at center. In with Paymont on his left. Paymont taking the pass back to Boudria, overskating it. Ullman back for the Leafs. 24 seconds left in the period. Henderson, 19, taking Ellis's pass. Doak and Henderson in the corner. Ellis joins them. So does Boudria. All four of them in there, and they hold the puck.
Your attention, please, on Vancouver's first goal. This correction, scored by number 25, Orland Kurtenbach. Assist to number 19, Dale Callan, and number 10, Ray Cullen. That goal was at 8:27. Thank you.
There's a change on the goal, was deflected in by Kurtenbach. This talent shot from the left point earlier in the game. Late in the period here, 6 seconds left as Claude handled that one by Paymont. O'Neill in the corner, hit by Ellis right at the end of the period. After one period, it's Toronto Maple Leafs 2, the Vancouver Canucks 1 from the Pacific Coliseum in Vancouver.
Welcome back to Maple Leaf Classics. After the first period, the Maple Leafs lead Vancouver 2-1. Jim Harrison opened the scoring for Toronto, but the Canucks scored on the power play to tie it. And then in the last minute, Gary Monahan scored to restore the Maple Leafs lead. Canuck captain Orland Kurtenbach goes to the dogs, literally, as we take you to the second period between the Leafs and the Canucks, November 7th, 1970. This is Maple Leaf Classics on ESPN Classic Canada.
The teams coming out on the ice for the second period in a 2-1 hockey game with Toronto leading. Harrison's fourth and Monahan's fourth goal of the season. And Kurtenbach scoring the Vancouver goal on a power play. Toronto was 2 men short when Vancouver scored.